As private music teachers or studio owners, we all rely on good student numbers to stay in business. Here are 3 things that you can do right now to help keep your students and get more clients through good word of mouth. There's also a bonus tip at the end, so be sure to watch right through. One of the hardest challenges for many businesses, and one of the most expensive things, is to attract new customers. And it's crucial that once we have a client or a student, we keep them. A high turnover rate or constantly losing students, that's a serious problem, and it's a red flag that something else is wrong. Very often, the problem lies with our teaching, our behaviour, or the attitude that we project. Tip 1, be interested in them and what they're doing. Try to convey a passion for music and for the students' involvement in it. Do or say things that show them you think that what they're doing is really important. Convey that you don't only support them, you're passionate about them succeeding. If they detect ambivalence or only self-interest in you as a teacher, you'll lose them, guaranteed. Talk to them sometimes about their life outside of lessons, about work, school, hobbies, whatever. If they're children, try to talk to their parents and build a friendly, respectful, but professional relationship with them. Maybe make the student laugh once in a while. Tip 2, be there for them. Always turn up, be reliable and be consistent. Children especially need consistency. Cancellations are really inconvenient for parents, and plenty of parents value convenience above all else. All students, regardless of their age, are annoyed when their teacher cancels. In my many years as a teacher and music school owner, I've seen that inconsistency is the number 1 cause of students quitting. It's followed fairly closely by poor teaching at number 2. Sometimes all your students, except for one on a given day, might cancel for whatever reason. So what? That's not the fault of the one student who's still coming. Trains don't stop running just because you're the only passenger. Imagine how angry you'd be if you were waiting at the station only to hear an announcement. The next train has been cancelled today because it isn't worth our while coming just for you. Show every student that they're important and you'll keep them for a long time. Yes, a single 30-minute lesson is worth, say, $35 or whatever. But over 1 year, that student will bring you $1,400. My maths is probably a bit rough, but that's a 4,000% return on your investment of half an hour? That's an incredible return on any investment. That's totally worth it. Combine that with the great reputation you'll gain and all the recommendations from happy clients, and your business can absolutely take off. Of course, sometimes we're sick, and if we're sick or if there's an emergency, then we need to reschedule, but we need to be professional about it. A reliable teacher equals fewer cancellations and better retention. That's the simple formula. Tip 3, plan work for them and follow it up. Plan lessons or topics for each student. Set them work according to what they need to be working on. Follow up the work the following week and continue to go through it, taking it to a higher level until the topic's covered to whatever extent you planned for. Make sure they know what they should be practicing during the week. To people new to jazz, if that's what you're teaching, it can be a real mystery what they're supposed to be doing. Give them clear and attainable steps to follow. Students and their parents like lessons that are fun, but they also like lessons that are productive. A high student turnover generally indicates a problem. A full schedule means better students because we can be more selective. That leads to better job satisfaction, better results, better word of mouth, and even better students waiting in the wings. It also brings in a much better income. Look, there are plenty of things beyond our control that might make it hard to attract or keep students. Things like a bad economy, pandemics, or the prevailing culture in the place where you teach. But the things I've already mentioned in the 3 main tips all definitely help. They're actionable, they're easy to do, and they'll make a positive difference. They will. Okay, tip number 4, bonus tip. You might also want to look at the place where you're teaching, the location and its physical environment. If you're easy to get to, close to public transport with easy parking and easy access, then your students are more likely to stay with you. You really want your teaching or studio location to be somewhere pleasant, but also safe. Look inside the venue too. It should feel safe, clean and comfortable. Clean doesn't have to mean spotless. Some working mess is acceptable. It is. And I think it can make a place feel less stuffy and actually more creative. If you're teaching from home, keep it tidy and smelling nice, and keep personal or potentially embarrassing items out of sight. And yes, I've heard accounts of, let's say, inappropriate items, literature, and paraphernalia left lying around in a share house where someone was teaching. That's not a good way to keep students. Be professional, be reliable, be caring, teach well, and you'll keep more students. And that, in turn, will allow your business to grow and to thrive.